To begin building a paper in Noodle Tools, you're going to log in and go to the project that you're working on if you haven't already created one. Now I've already created a project, so I'm going to go ahead and open it. And it's this project right here we're going to be taking a look at. So I'm going to open my project. And when I get to my dashboard, I'll see that I already have my research question done. Why is Maya Angelou such a popular writer? That's my question that I'm trying to answer in my research paper. Make sure you've shared your project with your teacher, and you would do that right here, or with any friends in case it's a group project so that you can all work on it together. And my Works Cited page is completed. In fact, I have 7 entries on my Works Cited page, so I have lots of research to go through. And now it's time for me to start going through that research and reading it and identifying what I'm going to look for and start building my paper. So we're going to go to the Notecards tab. I'm sitting at my computer. I have all of my sources out. I have completed my outline. So I have a plan and I know what I'm looking for as I've filled in all of these topics in my outline over here. And as I'm reading through my research, I identify some things that I can use in my 3rd paragraph of my outline. And that's explaining Maya Angelou's griot writing style, which I think is one of the reasons she's a popular writer, that people like her griot writing style. So I'm going to go ahead and add some things to my outline and start creating my paper. So the first thing I want to do is open a new note card on this tab right here. Just a word of caution, if you open and you know you've created note cards and you don't see them, like here you see a blank page, you may panic and think, oh my gosh, all the note cards I made have disappeared. But if you look down here in this little box, there's a map. And you'll see that all of my note cards are actually just off the screen. And if I grab it and move the screen a little bit, there they are. So if you ever open and don't see the note cards that you created, don't panic. They didn't go away. They're probably just hiding, and the map is down here in the corner. So we're going to make a new note card, and the first thing I want to do is make sure I have everything for my paragraph. I need a topic sentence. I need 3 facts proving that Maya Angelou is a griot writer, and I need a concluding sentence. Now I'm going to start with my topic sentence first. So the first note card we're going to make is 3A, the topic sentence for Maya Angelou's writing style. Now when you log in, all of your boxes will be blank. Mine are filled in because I did this ahead of time. The first thing you're going to want to fill in is where am I going to be using this note card in my outline. Now you may know I want it to be the topic sentence of my 3rd paragraph, so I told it that. But maybe you're not quite sure where you're going to use it, so you can just summarize briefly what it's going to be. And my topic for this note card is her griot writing style. The next thing I'm going to do is drop this menu down, and it tells me all of the sources that I added to my Works Cited page. They're all on here. And I happen to know the source I'm holding in my hand that I'm going to be taking information from is this one. And then over here, I'm going to put the page number from that source that the information I'm taking is on. My information happens to be on the first page. It was a web source. Now the advantage to a web source is going to come in play over here in the direct quotation box. This box won't appear in your paper, but what you can do is literally copy and paste entire paragraphs, entire pieces of information and paste them right in. And that's what I did here. All of this information I copied and pasted and put it right directly into this box so that I can see it. Now I'm not going to actually put that in my paper because that would be plagiarism. Instead, over here in the paraphrase or summary box, I'm going to do just that. I took this information and I put it in my own words, and I put in my in-text citations right here. Now where did I get the information for those in-text citations? The first word from the source and the page number in parentheses with the period after the parentheses. So all the information I'm going to need to turn this into a research paper will be right here. And you're welcome to pause this video and take your time and read this section and then see how I paraphrased it over here if you need practice paraphrasing. You may think I'm done at this point because I've taken some information from a source and I've made certain that I cited it properly, but there's one more step I need to finish, and that's down here at the bottom. So you need to scroll down, and the third box is for my ideas. Anything that comes from your head, not from one of your sources, goes in this box. So anything taken directly word for word from a source goes in the direct quote box. When you paraphrase that into your own words, which you will do 99.9% of the time, that will go in the paraphrase box. And then comments, suggestions, explanations, elaborations on that information that come from your head go in the My Idea box, and every note card should have some follow-up explanation. Most of the time you'll be explaining to the reader how your information applies to the topic of the sentence. So if my idea is explaining how Maya Angelou uses the written word to tell a story and sing a song at the same time, elaborating on the fact that she is a griot writer, explaining it a little bit better for my reader. I've checked my note card over. All three boxes are filled in. Everything is cited properly with an in-text citation. So you're going to go down here to the bottom and save that note card. Now you'll notice that the note card appears right here on my dashboard. There it is. I've gone one at a time and created a note card for each and every entry on part 3. So I have a topic sentence, I have my 3 facts that I'm going to use, and I have my concluding sentence. So everything should be ready to go. If I'd like to clean my desktop up a little bit, and I think I might, I can create piles of note cards, because once you start getting several paragraphs finished, you might want to keep them organized. To do that, I can literally grab this one and drop it on top. It will ask me to give this pile a name. I'm going to be really simple and call it para 3. It's my 3rd paragraph. And there's that name. I can then take all of the note cards that belong in the 3rd paragraph and put them in a pile to keep my desktop a little bit neater. Some people like to use this feature, some don't. I happen to like it. Now, if I want to open that up and see all of those note cards, all I have to do is hover over it, and the option to expand it will come up. Be careful not to hit the delete. And it opens the box so I can see them all. Now, to get them organized in my outline and make the real magic happen, let's go ahead and drag them over there. So here is my topic sentence. I'm going to go grab that card and drag it right to 3A, my topic sentence, and let it go. And it drops right in there. You'll notice that a check mark appears here so that I know I have used that one in my outline. This is my A card. I'm going to drop that into place. And here is my B card. I'm going to drop that into place. Here is my C card, the next sentence in my paragraph. And you'll notice for each one of these, because I have a paraphrased piece of information from my source followed by a my idea, that I'm actually putting 2 sentences in my paper for every note card that I drag. Now, how do I know my paragraph is finished and I can move on to the next? Well, as you can see, every line in that part of the outline has a note card in it, and that's how I know that I'm done. Now, some people, you'll notice I have these little ones, that's explanation or supporting detail. Some people don't like to use the My Idea card as one. They like to create those separately, and that's why I put those in there. You're welcome to do that. Just make sure you've dragged one note card over with just the My Idea box filled in for each one. So it looks like I'm pretty much done with this paragraph. I have my topic sentence, my facts, and my concluding sentence. And those 3 facts all came from different sources. They didn't all come from the same source, and you'll see that in the in-text citations. So now I have one whole paragraph completed. I'll know my paper itself is finished when every line of my outline has a note card in it, and every note card is filled out completely. And to see how to turn those into an actual paper without having to retype everything, go ahead and take a look at the video on this page called Turning Your Note Cards into a Rough Draft.